What's up, guys? So today is the big day on Alan's car where we dropped this 5S. I already started taking out the wiring harness from the trunk. So right now I have to take my car out, flip this car around so that the engine's on that side, because the problem that we had last time was that we didn't have enough space to move shit around on this side. So it'll be easier we flip the car on this time around, and then we get the Gen 2 in there. So right now I'm prepping the car to get all the wiring harnesses out, from the body harness from the fuse box here on the driver's side all the way out, dropping that fuse box, and then getting the wiring harness from the rear out, which is just half. So either way, that'll be going back in. It makes it easier for me to get all of that stuff out. Look at this thing, it barely runs. It has a sick misfire, and that's why, that's one of the main reasons why we're swapping it. I feel like if it didn't have a misfire and it was a healthy 5S, Alan would like to keep it for a little bit longer and not really worry about it. But as it sits right now, it's barely running. So it could be that the timing is off, or that it has a misfire. And then I'm pretty sure Alan told me once or a few times that it has low compression on one of the cylinders. So that's probably the main cause of why it's running like shit. So right now I'm gonna flip the car around, and then I'm gonna get started on the rest of the wiring, and then hopefully in a few, like 2-3 hours, I can drop the engine. And then yeah, it should be fairly easy this time around, now that I know what's going on and what I need to actually unbolt and get the engine out, So I'm probably gonna time-lapse some of it, and then most of all just do updates on this video because I don't want it to be too long. So I'm gonna get to it, and I'm gonna mount this and do a time-lapse. Alright guys, so I have the whole wiring harness out from the passenger door all the way back up until here out. The fuse box is gone. This is the engine wiring harness, so I just need to unbolt a bunch of this shit, like all this stuff, clear it out, because the turbo version does come with stuff for the injectors, so that's what needs to go on this one. So this needs to be cleared in that, and then I need to clear all the cruise control units over there, that, and then this one over here, the motor, and then the actual mechanism that links both of the throttle cables together. So that throttle cable's gonna be ran straight into the 3S GTE, and then as soon as I finish that side, I need to drain the coolant. So I need to get the car up on jack stands, and then after that, I'm not exactly sure if I'm dropping the axles with the trans, or if I'm gonna do this separately. But now I know how to. I've never taken off the axles, but now I know how, because I did it on the turbo trans. And then this is the S54, so then it should probably be similar, and we are reusing this trans on the Gen 2, so none of the shifter cables or anything need to come off. I just need to unlink them. And then the starter, this starter is a genuine Toyota part, so I'm gonna swap that one over into the new engine. Well, not the new engine, but I have to remove it to get the trans off, so we'll be keeping the starter. And then I need to unbolt it as well from the power line that goes through the middle of the car right there. So I just need to unbolt it back here, and then I will drop the engine after that. So I need to drain the coolant first, and then take the exhaust off and the axles, and then drop this thing. So hopefully in like the next hour to 2 hours I can get all that done. And yeah, I just wanted to show this. That's probably one of the main causes why he has a misfire. I don't know if he did that or the previous owner from where he got the car from, but there's like it's just like tape. It's aluminum tape, like foil tape, and right now when I touched it, like a bunch of it came off and it fell down there somewhere. So I believe that's probably why he has a misfire on his on one of his cylinders. I don't know why that's there. There's probably a hole there or something. So, but either way, it's trash now, so I just wanted to show that. And I'm gonna continue time lapsing, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. What's up, guys? So on the last clip, I was barely starting to get the engine out, and right now kind of got carried away from the last update. I let the camera charge for a while because it was dying, and now I have the full cross member and the engine mounts off. Oh, the front engine mount and the rear are off on both firewalls. And then all I have to do is drop the cross member, but my impact died, so that's charging right now. And so the impact's charging. I just need to take 2 bolts off to take the cross member off, but I don't want to do it by hand, so I'm just gonna wait till that charges, and I'm gonna take a little break. And then as soon as that cross member's out, I can lower the car and drop the engine. So yeah, it didn't take that long. I thought it was gonna take a little longer. It's been like about an hour since the last update. So yeah, and then tomorrow, I think that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna drop the engine, and then tomorrow I'll do the wiring harness, the body harness, and then just bring the Gen 2 over, mount the trans, and then put it all back together. And then that'll be it. That'll be for the swap for tomorrow. And get all the lines ran and stuff, like the fuel and all that stuff back onto where it belongs. Yeah, so it wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be, or as time consuming as I thought it was gonna be. So that's pretty good, and it's pretty easy. So I'll time lapse as soon as my impact's charged, so I can drop the engine, and as soon as Alan gets home, I have to go home, and then I'll be back tonight, and then we'll probably see what we do tonight if he wants to do anything. So yep, I'll be back. Alright guys, so I haven't checked my impact battery. Okay, cool, it's charged, it's fully charged now. And meanwhile that was charging, I took that cross member off. I did it manually. I just took off the bolts, so I just didn't want to hassle with it. But I mean, it was 30 minutes in between, so I took that off, and then I took off one axle on one side just to see if it was gonna drop transmission fluid, and it did. It dropped a bunch of oil from the trans. So I shoved a rag in there, and then right now I'm gonna get the other axle out. I just called Alan, and he is getting some seals for his S54, so that the oil doesn't keep coming out when the axles are removed. So right now I'm gonna get the other axle off. I wanted to go down there and actually show you guys the engine mount, the one that sits on the firewall to the cabin. So I don't know if I could get all the way down there, but okay. So that's the engine mount, and I mean, it's supposed to sway back and forth, right? Not side to side, and this one's completely shot. So if you have an S54 or an MR2 in general, check your engine mounts. Check your engine mounts. This one's pretty much shot too. It's cracked from right there, and then from the top over there, you could see that it has a crack on this side, and that's the only thing holding it on. So I'm pretty sure mine were shot too when Luis did my swap, but I mean, I didn't know that. That's probably why I broke my Brooks exhaust, because the V pipe on that had very minimal space to move back and forth, and seeing as how probably my engine mounts were broken, that's probably why it ended up snapping. But Alan already ordered his polyurethane engine mounts. He got them in on Saturday, so he has them here. Tomorrow I will torch them and install those when the swap goes in. So as far as today, right now, I'm just gonna drop the engine, and then we're done for today. Unless when Alan gets home, he wants to put the trans together with the Gen 2, but we'll probably do that off camera because it's not very interesting, and it'll just be a small clip. So right now I'm on a time lapse getting the engine out, and then cleaning up, and I'll close this video out. What's up, guys? I don't know how well you guys can see me right now, but I left earlier today and Alan got home and I missed a few things, like the cables to the shifter cables. I left them, I guess, one, and then the other one still had the clip, so they just needed to be taken out of their little holder places. And then the clutch line I missed, but luckily I didn't try and take the engine out by myself, because that clutch line would have broke itself, and then I don't know what could have happened, and I didn't want to find out. So I remembered when I was out, and I let Alan know that we still needed to do it. So when I got here, we got that done, and then we got the 2 clutch cables done, and then this little mount that goes on top of the engine mount here that most people delete, so we're deleting that later. And then the engine is sitting on the dolly by itself already, so right now we're just gonna jack the car up a little further so that we can wheel the engine out through the bottom. So I'm gonna mount the camera up right now, and we're gonna get to it, and that will be the episode for today.
I was right about to turn it on to use it, and then say I was just died on me. I was like, oh, and I was just feeling it like right Yeah. And we'll take it to the car wash and power wash it. No, I wear mine all the time. Yeah, or when it rains, it gets wet, so it doesn't matter. None of their business. I don't have to be home. Not me. That's always afraid to take that shield off or cut it. Especially because I park my car underneath the house. So when I'm driving and it gets wet, it's fine because it's leaving, you know? But when it's just sitting there and it's just getting wet, I was thinking of starting early tomorrow so I can get it done tomorrow. Tomorrow's the only day I have left. And I have to go back to my job. Yeah. So I get here like super early in the morning. Not super early, but... Yeah, 8. You feel like JB well? No.
Alright, and like that, the 5S is finally out. For some reason this seemed a lot more complicated towards the end than the 3S GT when we took it out. I feel like this one has a lot more cables and stuff going to it that the other one didn't, for some reason. Or it just might be that I was too lazy to get the axles out, or I wanted to make it easier on both of us by leaving the axles in. So that was I think the main issue. But now that we took out the 5S in that manner, so when we took it out the way we took it out, I feel like that's gonna be what we do for the 3S. So we'll just slide it in vertically and then spin it around once it's inside. I'll rotate it to the way it needs to be. But as far as right now, this is the end of the video. Hope you guys liked it. And then I know I'm uploading weekly, so whatever's on Instagram and Snapchat isn't what video is going up. I'm far advanced on social media than I am on the YouTube channel, just because I'm trying to keep the content flowing one at a week, so that I have content to actually put up. But yeah, if you guys like it, comment, subscribe like always. And there's gonna be more stuff coming after we're done with this swap. Then is my car, and then Darren's. So stay tuned. Peace.